Hello and a big welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I appreciate you dropping by. I am frankly FM84, creator of the popular series An Englishman Abroad, where we manage a club outside of Europe and try and win as much as we can, as quickly as we can. If you're here because you're returning from my first journey abroad at Sulut United in Thailand, a big welcome back, and I'm excited to show you what's next to come. So, if you're looking forward to what's to come, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date with everything going on at our new club of choice. And also be sure to hit the thumbs up button to show me that you're enjoying the content. If you have any reaction to the new series, the new club, put all that in the comments box below and I'll try and get back to as many of you as I can. So, if you're wondering where we are off to this time, let's start to fill in those blanks. This time around, we are off to Indonesia. How have we ended up in Indonesia? Let me tell you the backstory. The idea was first put to me by a viewer of the Sulut United series on Twitter. A follower called KP, or at PRXTHX, mentioned that Indonesia could be my next destination for the Englishman Abroad series. So, after I had a brief look at the leagues, I decided for this leg of the journey to start in Liga 2, at a club in Liga 2 East Region, and they caught my eye pretty quickly. The team in question was Sulut United. Sulut have had a bit of a checkered past. Only formed in 2017, they began life as Bogor FC. After playing for a few seasons, the landscape of the club would change forever in 2019. Just before the 2019 season was about to get underway, the chairman of the club suddenly upped and left, leaving the club in limbo. New owners would come along to save the club, but this would mean both a change in name and a relocation to Manado. The club now play their home games at the Klabat Stadion in Manado, and at the time of recording this, COVID had halted all real-life football in Indonesia, but thanks to Football Manager 21, we can carry on the club's story in the form of the game. So, with our new club's backstory complete, let's jump into the game to assess the club, the squad, and the finances. Here we go then. We've loaded the game up and landed on the home screen of Sulut United. So the first thing we're going to do is have a quick look at our tactic and our starting 11 and walk you through the players that will start the season for us. So we're going to go with a 4-4-2 with an inside forward on the left to give us a nice attacking 3, a midfield 3 or a 4, a back 4 and a sweeper keeper at the back. So let's look at the players who currently occupy the positions who should start the season for us. Our goalkeeper is Rizky Darmawan. He's a 27-year-old goalkeeper. Our current left back is Adriantono Ariza. He is a 27-year-old left back. We have Idam Jahari. He is a 26-year-old centre-back who can also cover at left-back. We have Noyaman Adipawa. He's a 26-year-old centre-back. We have Yudi Karodin. He is a 33-year-old right-back, so he may be one that we will look to replace sooner rather than later. In the centre of the park, we've got Lucky Pamana as a BBM. He's a 30-year-old. We have got Mahadiga Lasut as a central midfielder. He's a 32-year-old, can play central midfield. As a winger on the right, we've got Rosie Naprihanis. He is a right winger, can also play as an attacking midfielder centre and can cover as a striker. His best role on duty is a winger. As the inside forward, we've got Busari. He's a 34-year-old midfielder left centre. Not very comfortable there, so maybe a player that we look to replace pretty quickly. Then up front, we've got the partnership of Althon Moran, who is a 31-year-old who can play wide right, attacking mid, or as a striker. And our main striker is Excel Runtako, who is a 22-year-old Indonesian who plays predominantly as a striker. So, having run through our 1 to 11 at the start of the game, let's look at the squad registration page. So as you can see, we can have a maximum of 0 foreign players. The policy in Liga 2 in Indonesia is to play domestic players. You cannot have any foreigners in your team. We can have a maximum squad size of 33 players and a minimum squad size of 18 players. We can have a maximum of 3 over 35 players and a minimum of 7 under 23 players in that squad. A quick look at the club's financial page shows we have a balance of 84,735. That translates into a transfer budget of 55,000. We have a wage budget of 11,874. We are currently inside that by £4,000. However, we have got committed spending of 13,700. Not too sure how that works. We have a scouting budget of 21,600. My thinking here might be, whilst we're in Liga 2, not to spend that transfer budget. Maybe convert some of that into the wage budget, or even just try and buy players from the free transfer market, sit on the cash, and when we become established as a club in the league above, use that money then, rather than waste it on players to get us out of this division, if we can do it using bargain players. So with all the basics of the new club covered, what we're going to do next is jump forward to the start of the league season, show you the players that have come in, any players who might have gone out to top up that transfer budget, and get ready for the season that is ahead in League 2. Here we are then, we have jumped forward to the 13th of June 2021. It's the day of the first league game of the season in Liga 2. So let's jump on in and look at the transfers in and out of the club. So as you can see, we only lost one player, Idem Jahari. Didn't really want to sell him, but Perciba came in with a bid of £10,500. The board said it was too good to turn down, so sadly we have sent him on his way there. In terms of players that have come in, we have got Wildan Zaki, is a right back. We've got Gianfranco Zola. I didn't realise the little Italian had gone out to Indonesia to carry on playing football. It's not him though. It's a 22-year-old attacking midfielder centre. We've got Agus Kogoya, who is a defender left. Wazir Kafi has come in. He's a striker. Erwan Kakoma, he's an attacking midfielder right. Daniel Rarjanto, he is an attacking midfielder left, 24 years old. Sulistiano, he is a central midfielder. Nick Matula, he's a striker who is 25 years old. Ahmad Bachori, he is a right back, 29 years old. Daniel Tata is a 30-year-old defender centre. And finally, Arnoldi Polly is also a 29-year-old central defender. So as you can see, all of those players were Indonesian due to the fact that we have that restriction on not being able to sign foreign players. So with all the ins and outs done, we are up to date and ready for the first game of the season. Sadly, that's not going to happen in this episode. It will happen in episode 2. So make sure to come back for that to find out how we get on in our first league game of the season. Before I go, if you're enjoying this, looking forward to it, want to see more, hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with all things at Sulut United. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up. If you want to let me know anything, put comments in the box below, whether it be anything about the club, the players, the inspiration for the save, or if you've got a suggestion of where the series could go after we've been to Indonesia, leave them in the box below. I'll get back to as many as I can. But until episode 2, that's it for this episode. Until then, stay safe. I'll see you soon.